Baby.
That is really super. How did a nitwit like you get so tasteful?
Early.
So many people, I move with them. 100 fly bitches and hooligans. Try and get back to the youth. Party, we there. We just packed up the whole house again. I made her flip up the couch again. Probably won't do it when I'm 5. Probably won't do it when I'm 5 again. Match my energy, or I won't give you my time again. Valencia and Burberry cardigans. Was hoping I would go this hard again. Off the lockjaw, off of some Vibe and some Vikings. Praying it won't be my night again. Too nice, we out of boot. I claim both sides follow suit. I heard nobody heard of you. Loser, I ain't realized that was you. Let that prime get to your head. Same old pride made you old.
Bossy, baby.
That is really super. How did a nitwit like you get so tasteful?
Early.
We ain't got time. I drop my demons out, with my mind. Ride around town with a bad bitch, D and dang. All these niggas they got right here, they stay lying. We ain't got time. I drop my demons out, with my mind. Ride around town with a bad bitch, D and dang. All these niggas they got right here, they stay lying. 4, 5, 6, 7 bitch keep calling my line. Got like Michelin next, little nigga stop lying. Talk that talk, my limb, I live my life. Chop the chicken and shrimp, cut in my rice. Spanish bitch, come poppy, I can make my wife. She want new Versace, put produce on the eyes. Been gas cars, got them sisters, about to put them on the flight. I'm in the car, yeah, lens, you can see them in the night. Cowboy man, that's why my jeans so tight. Driving on lanes, don't think you really wanna ride. I'm gon' want one on you, love my kind. I see some many whites ain't wasting my time. We ain't got time. I drop my demons out, with my mind. Ride around town with a bad bitch, D and dang. All these niggas they got right here, they stay lying. We ain't got time. I drop my demons out, with my mind. Ride around town with a bad bitch, D and dang. All these niggas they got right here, they stay lying. My bitch fine, you wanna lane, my bitch fine, these niggas been bang, I'm down keep bang, these hoes be bang, these niggas be bang, bang, bitch on the bone, the light, got a bitch in the light right now, said she got money, solid, I don't do solid, Achilles, you know me, cold outside, I need it, no sleep. Falling on your hole like Kobe. Ducking on your hole like no beat. Bound head nice and lovely. Pyro, watch my no bleed. That way there. I'm in the day. Ain't check. Turn your head. Take your bed. We ain't got time. I drop my demons out with my mind. Ride around town with a bad bitch, D and dang. All these niggas they got right here, they stay lying. We ain't got time. I drop my demons out with my
I'm happy home. I used to sleep in them trenches. Now I'm in a house with no water. My bitch here pretty New York. No nothing you cannot afford. And she need a nigga that's baller. I want her to give me a daughter. Bitch, I got some gold in the water. And then she do towers and falls. I used to be in the alley, but all of my niggas call baddies. And they lost their freedom inside me. I needed my niggas beside me. Young happy, I'm a boss. No, none of these niggas can find me. And she let me get on her trust. Now she doing too much entirely. Girl, how could you ever get tired of me? Girl, look at my face, don't you lie to me. I knew that they wasn't gonna ride for me. They lied when they told me they proud of me. Bitch, I really came up from poverty. No, you just a low with my salary. Now I don't smoke shit but that Cali weed. We mobbing deep, I'm a prodigy. Yeah. This shit that I got on, you can't afford this. I just left from Paris, bonjour, bitch. I promise you don't wanna go to war, bitch. I just got a chopper, came with 4 clips. Gave that girl a home, she was an orphan. Please leave me alone, I'm on some more shit. I was dead broke, I'm tryna make the Forbes list. Every time we get a check, then we buy more clips. GG, finger DC. Pull up in my new whip on a fuck nigga like BP. Chopper hold on 100, guaranteed to get a 3-piece. Tell me, do you want it? Make us put that shit on repeat. She can make me show my gun, yeah, shit I only want. Don't wanna be a big girl, feel like Big Bang. She shake a bomb, tell a nigga, She fucking with a down, she don't need a song, yeah. I come from the yo, yeah, we say kill 'em all. Sold a lot of dope, yeah, I fucked a lot of hoes. I rock a lot of gold and I rock a lot of shit. I rap about how I'm chopping, but it feel like rock and roll.
For this life I cannot change. In the hills, keep off in the main.
That's really super. Having it with like you get so
Be
tasteful.
like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. For this life I cannot change. In the hills, keep off in the main. M&M's, sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. Pop it, drop the top, play hide and seek. Jump inside, jump straight to the lake. Take a sip, feel just how I breathe. On freeway, but no, ain't nothing free. Been lost, been lanes, been busting bills, but still ain't nothing changed. You in the mob, soon as you rock the chain. She caught the waves, just thumbing through my braids.
Heat up, belly, I just heat up. Need your love, now that beat it is a bust. Feeling stuck, you know how to keep me up. Icy love, icy like how I keep up.
For this life I cannot change. Hit the hills, deep off in the main. M&M's, sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. Pop it, for this life I cannot change. Hit the hills, deep off in the main. M&M's, sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. All the ones, all the chains piled on the mantle. All the dogs, low creep, right behind me in the phantom. Yeah, never go, dip on the set, stay Santana. Yeah, run it back, turn the lights on when I hit up Green Lantern. Yeah, fly the bras, fly the dogs down to Atlanta. Yeah, in the cut, in Medusa, lay low, yeah, I might be. Yeah, roll up, help me calm down when I'm moving high speed. Yeah, I send one, need to text back, cause you know what I need. Oh please, oh me, oh my, we've been moving for some time. Alright, flexing, try to exercise. For this life I cannot change. Hit the hills, deep off in the main. M&M's, sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. Pop it, for this life I cannot change. Hit the hills, deep off in the main.
Anything is plenty made, and it's better than that.
Nasty baby.
Nothing at all. Anything is plenty made. Anything is plenty made, and it's better than that. Nothing at all. Anything is plenty made.
Nasty
That's
baby.
really super. How to knit with like you get so tasteful.
Getting high in the sky, boss, I can see it. High spot in this plush thigh, in this lid. Screw chop, Gucci sauce, got me drippin'. For the cops, we can't be stopped, just admit it. Hey, put the numbers in, call her lens. Bought a new Benz, lost more friends. Stretch my ends, money all in. Fucking up friend, breaking bend. 110s, counting the ends. Trusting got thin, keep it FN. I gotta go, I gotta spin. I drove a boat, I drive again. I ain't got no note, I ain't got no rent. I am a goat, I am a man. You in the low, we smoking dope. We keep it close, you with the folks. Give me the dose, give me some dope. Little bit of hope, you already know, you know. Bitch be the top of the sauce for the toppings, you know that they copping you all. They cleaning them up, but these bitches they hopping, I couldn't fall out with it, bro. Hotter than Taki, I like it, I cop it, ain't nobody stopping the go. Smoke like they daddy, we sitting in the lobby, we just been it out the whole flow. Getting high in the sky, boss, I can see it. Hot spot in this plush, stop in this lid. Screw drop, Gucci sauce, got me big. For the cops, we can't be stopped, just admit it. Paint the time, baseline committed. Bloodhound, with a cold hard clipper. Best spot, we got all the vibe with it. Best stop, you can't catch us.
I'm just what you made, God. Not many I trust, I'ma go my own way, God. Take my fate to wherever you want, I'm out here. On my son, won't stop till I get me some. Club hopping, trying to get me some. Bad bitches when you get me sprung. Early in the morning, I'm waking, baking, drinking, contemplating. Ain't no such thing as Satan. Evil is what you make it. Thank the Lord for that burning bush. That big body Benz I was born to push. On my way, I'm burning kush. Nigga, don't be worried about us. Neighbors knocking on the door, asking can we turn it down. I say ain't no music on. She said no, that weed is loud. Nigga, we ballin', straight swaggin', lost heart, but I'm maintaining. I've been told that I'm amazing. Make sure keep that fire blazing, we living. I need slow. Oh, I need to slow. Who gon' hold me down now? I wanna get higher. I wanna get higher. Get it to get higher. Oh, yeah. Can you get me higher? I wanna get higher. I wanna get higher. Get it to get higher. Can you get me higher? This what you made, God. This what you made, God. This what you made, God. This what you made. This what you made, God. This what you made, God. This what you made.
Bosky,
That
baby.
was really super. How to knit with like you get so tasteful.
Early.
It's time. Who you know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. Who you know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. Like Soulja Boy got stacks on deck. She too young, I'll pass it to take. New bitch let niggas smash like Melee. Her old nigga a square Wayne Brady. I got racks, nigga call me 80. Smoking in 80 since I was a baby. Still your bike and I spray painted. I'm from the concrete, you from the suburbs. My pockets thicker than peanut butter. Feel like the Wayans, I need my brothers. She too cold, but she need some cover. She come home with me, need rubber. Send her home, she look at her mother. I'm a hero to a baby brother. Call her pro like I'm Danny Glover. My money talking funny and stutter. You know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. You know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. You know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me. You know get a bag like me, get a cash like me, get a fast like me.
Stay a while. Bosky, baby. I know you had a love.
That was really super. How to knit with like you get so tasteful.
Early.
Get on down, it's bad enough. You and all your friends hopped up that Billy truck. You doing your thing, baby, live it up. You showing out and you don't give a fuck. It's the rodeo, gonna take the shit on. I'ma hit you from the back and that's as far as it go. I done them all down like some dominoes. She get money out that pussy and she clown her phone. You got two choices, either heaven or hell. Meanwhile, put that dope on the scale. Yeah. Meanwhile, bitch, I'm watching for 12. Praying to my God, I ain't going to jail. I know you had enough. I know you had enough. Stay a while. I know you had enough.
Wait, looking like what the fuck? You can't trust. You think I'm in love with lust?
She look possessed, gon' get it off your chest. She asked to read my text. Looking in her eyes, she stressed. Try to get wet like baguettes. Take off your gown and your dress. She got C-cup, D-cup breasts. She a bird and she live in the nest. I'ma swerve her get off of the X. The rock on her finger dyslexic. Still get the money, I gotta protect it. On my head, but I never regret shit. All these bitches lying, wanna sex me. Eat it up, trying to catch me. They want the dressing in the recipe. I wanna bond like the sesame.
And I can really tell that she loves me. Overload on Chanel and make up weed. Know you had enough.
Early.
Last week's like, can you bring it, bro?
Yo,
like the mic's over there, bro.
That's funny. That's very true. But we getting better every week.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
What up, y'all?
What it do, folks? You tuned into another episode of Early. Me and this nigga Brick just joking around real quick. Good morning, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Top of the morning to y'all.
What was episode 32?
Episode 32. You're listening to, looking at.
We're getting close to a year.
Yeah, we're creeping up on a year. We're definitely halfway, more than halfway there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Get us a fucking cake or something. 20
Big
weeks.
Facts. Big facts. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in, either on Instagram, on YouTube, or Vimeo, or Twitter, wherever the fuck you're watching.
For sure.
Shout out to you. Yeah, man. It's kind of ugly out there right now, but you know what I'm saying? We're gonna move through that. Brooke, how was your week, bro?
It was great, you know. It was eventful, got a lot of things done. To that point that it's a little rainy, I'm very happy because I put a lot of plants in the ground yesterday.
Yeah.
And you know, it was a scorcher.
Just in time.
It was scorching this week. So
all week.
Yeah, so I was glad to glad for the rainfall finally. Other than that though, just got a lot of things aligned with, you know, business and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Picked up this dog. So
yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
That's been interesting. You know, I'm an animal lover, so it's been a cool.
So how long have you had this dog?
Just about for like what, 4 days now.
4 days. What's your first 4 days of parent fatherhood been like?
He's cool. He's just a very, very shy, nervous, little XL bully. He's like 1 year old boy, and it's funny though, because my intentions are not to keep him, but I do want his litter. So what I'm doing right now, talking to a couple of individuals, I'm actually like very interested in starting a kennel.
Okay.
So I'm about to see what's up with that, trying to get some accommodations for him now. And
where did that interest come from? Like, is it something that you saw people doing and you're like, oh, I could do this too? Or is it something that you always had an interest in? Or?
You know, it's funny. Like now you got me even delving.
Trying to figure out.
I think I know, you know, well, so one, obviously I fuck with animals. So you got to fuck with, you know what I'm saying? It'd be hard to not fuck with.
That's a prerequisite.
You know, so that's easy. Secondly, even if I ever did want, you know what I'm saying, when I get a pet, I would ideally want it to be a puppy so I can actually train it to.
Yeah, so you can literally,
you know, when
grow up with it.
Exactly. Yeah. The dog could be young, and if you really have the time, sure, you could still, you know what I'm saying, train a dog and shit like that. But I'm really trying to just mold the dog into like how I want it to be.
Yeah.
But then secondly as well, you know, both of us, we're always looking at these new markets and things that are popping up about and whatnot. And I'm always somebody that I never like to curve my interests or something that just literally I'm like, that's interesting. Like if I know I can put my skin in the game or I know I can partake, then I'm going to partake so I can have actual take about it. Because when you know, growing up, I'm starting to realize, you know, more and more. It's like, damn, like really don't speak on shit if you really don't have any experience on it at all.
Facts.
Like, don't. And if you really want to, put a disclaimer that you have not done anything like that, but you're just putting it out there or whatever.
And it's nothing to get a little bit of experience. Like it's nothing to try and go. Like I feel like kind of to your point, like I'm a big believer in, bro, I'll give something my 2 weeks or like, you know what I'm saying? I'll give something my 3 weeks just to see like, is it something I could fuck with? And then if it's not, I will go, I'll, you know, pivot so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll move on to the next thing so fast. You know what I'm saying? I feel that.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, delving into this, I'm around a lot of individuals that fuck with dogs, but not so much that I'm just hip to like the inner workings of the dog industry, right?
I got you.
But as soon as I got a dog, I'm like, well, I know people off top. I could just pick their brains about it ASAP. So that's what I was doing prior to getting the dog, and once I got the dog, so I've learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? Over these past 2 weeks or whatnot. And I've always been kind of like slightly aware to the market of like these bulldogs and these French bullies. Cause you remember when I told you last year when I went down to Atlanta to that King bully competition with Boozy and all that shit. And that's when I kind of got hip to the market, that it was a really, really, really lucrative market, depending on what type of breed that you had or whatnot. So putting all those pieces together now, I'm like, yeah, I want to act on it because I have the chance to act on it and see what's up, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's gonna be an interesting journey for you for sure.
Bro.
I know my experience with dogs, like they're tough. The companionship is real. Like they're great companions, but like it's kind of like having a kid. People that have kids hate hearing that analogy, but fuck it, I'm gonna use it because it's true. Like you got to take care of something that can't do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you gotta, and like it has life. You gotta literally take care of it and love it and do all these things and expect nothing in return other than just the companionship. You know what I'm saying? And it can be rewarding too. Like I'm not trying to make it seem like it's a one-sided deal. Like it can be rewarding.
I guess I'm sure, you know, there's many differences, but I guess the key, right, in it all is like, I guess when people would feel some type of way in terms of likening it to that is the maintenance, right? And what I mean by that is like a dog, you take care of them, you feed them, drink, walk around, shit, do all that. I'm gone. Leave you. I'm gone. I'll be back.
It could be that way.
Back in 6-7 hours. There's no babysitter. Yeah, I'll be back. Baby.
It could no. It could be that way. Don't get me wrong. If you got so what's crazy is like, so I had a dog that was very high maintenance. She grew up to be that way. Like she grew up,
right,
and by the time she was like in like year 4, she had a terrible skin condition that I was like taking her to vet appointments like once a month. You know what I'm saying? Right. And like even when we weren't at the vet, like bro, like she had to be monitored. If like her, like when she had these like crazy skin irritations, she would literally slash her shit, scratching herself so much. Like I will wake up like out of my sleep to hear her crying and like go and see what's up, and she's got like these crazy scratches all over her, bro. Like literally to the point that I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm a terrible person because I'm not like watching her all the time. You know what I'm saying? So like, so so like it can be, and that's the thing. That's kind of the same thing with kids. Like you don't know, you might have a kid that has like some kind of condition that okay, now they're in doctor's appointments all the time or something like that.
But I still feel like the highest maintenance of a dog still fucking pales in comparison.
Oh no, yeah, 100%.
But exactly, like for instance, like you get just the gist in terms of like, oh, I have to tend for another life.
Yeah,
that is not my own.
That's a big fact.
I have to really care for you.
Yes.
And look out for you because you won't do it for yourself.
That's a big fact.
That's like, yeah, that's a little trip in itself, but it's cool. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, so that sounds dope. We'll
what
see.
About you?
My week, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, man.
My shit.
Nah, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. This was a tough week, if I'm being 100% honest.
Booted up.
Yeah, bro. So let me set the stage for people that might not know. A couple weeks ago, I tore my Achilles working out, right? And it sounds like a terrible injury, and in my head, like when it happened, I was like, oh fuck, like this is a terrible injury. Like think like i.e. Kobe, i.e. Kevin Durant. The only comparisons I have with injuries are athletes, right? And that's why I'm like, okay, this is a terrible injury. I'm gonna be on my ass for like 2-3 months. You know what I'm saying? Right. At least, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm comparing myself to these high performing athletes, right?
Right.
So when the shit happens, I go and first of all, like I drive myself to imaging center to go get like x-rays because I have a cousin who's a doctor. She told me the first thing I should go do is get x-rays and see what's going on before anybody can help me.
You got that ASAP.
Yeah, so I went and did that. And on my way back from there, I'm like, this shit don't even really hurt anymore. Like this shit don't really hurt at all. Like I still can't really walk, but like I'm like, there's no pain here. Like I think I even told you, I was like, yeah, like I can see why Kobe shot free throws after he tore his Achilles. Like this shit don't hurt for real.
Were comparing in real time the pains you felt before, like, oh
yeah. Well, the pain,
like,
when it first happened, like when the impact first happened, you know what I'm saying, it did hurt, you know what I'm saying. And then even for like the, you know what I'm saying, Serge had to like help me walk to my car. Like I was like leaning on this nigga as I was walking to my car. So like it was painful at first, but the pain quickly went away. And then when it went away, it stayed away. So the thing about the Achilles that I'm just like kind of getting hip to is that like it's a ligament that helps with the movement of like body parts. You know what I'm saying? So the body part, like the ankle is what I kept saying is like my ankle don't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I immediately found like my balance is way off. So like literally I can try to like hobble up the steps and like there's so many, anytime I go up or down the steps, I'm like about to fall. I'm like always like catching myself. And in those moments where I'm like off balance and trying to catch myself, that's when I feel it and it hurts. You know what I'm saying? It's like you feel this little rip or this little like tear kind of feeling. And that's when the shit kind of hurts, right? But I was just like thugging it out for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Like I was like, whatever, like this shit don't hurt. I'm limping around, but like whatever, it's getting better in my head. Yeah.
Like, good.
You know what I'm saying? Icing it and things like that. I'm like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So fucking, and I'm still like living life. I'm still going to the office. I'm still doing all this type of shit, doing shoots and all this type of stuff, just hobbling around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then I told Serge and Phil, because that's who I usually work out with. I was telling them like, yeah, I'll be back to work out like tomorrow, right? That's what I texted them. And then Serge had actually sent me like something. He was sending me like some kind of like rehab video, like just check this out type of shit. And I looked at it, and that's when I was like, okay, maybe I'm a little in over my head. Because one, I was trying to go. I did try to go work out. I put my shoe on and I couldn't get my shoe on. And I haven't really been wearing shoes. I've been just walking around in slides. You know what I'm saying? So this was the first time I tried to put a shoe on, and that shit kind of hurt. I ain't gonna lie, that shit kind of hurt. So then I'm watching this video, and then it's a physical therapist basically saying like, you know, the fact that there's no pain isn't necessarily a good sign, because that means that the shit is completely torn. It's not connected to anything. And then there's also like a test you can do where if you squeeze your calf, like your foot should move. And if your foot doesn't move when you squeeze your calf, it means, again, there's no connection between the ligament. It's not connected to anything. So yeah, exactly. So fucking I use all this information and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was. So then I just make an appointment to go see somebody. That I did yesterday. Nice. And got this big dumbass boot. He basically was like, yo, you should not have been walking on this joint the whole time. Like, even though it doesn't hurt, like you're not letting it get better. Like the ligament is still firing, and it's firing into nothing. So like it's not healing. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be off your feet. And I stayed off my feet for like the first like 3-4 days when it happened. But like I said, I got right back to it. So not even gonna lie, I didn't even stay off my feet. The day that it happened, I shot an episode of Living Single. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm just remembering that. But fucking yeah. So he gave me a big ass boot that I've been wearing since yesterday. I've been walking around in crutches, and I don't like it at all. Like, I don't like it at all, bro. I feel so immobile, and it's just not a feeling that I'm not used to it. I don't like it at all. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like it's been the last like 24 hours have been so annoying. You know what I'm saying?
I have like just interesting mindsets with anything. At least in some way, it's gonna build your resiliency, because it's not like you're gonna be like, I'm hobbled. Yeah. Yo, I need help.
Nah, I'm still doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying.
I maybe have to do things differently to myself. I'm doing things a little different just because I got this fat ass thing.
Yeah,
it's not as, you know. So I don't know. Like, you know.
No, yeah, that's basically where I'm at right now, and I feel like that's basically where it's at right now, and it's just it's really like a learning thing right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like a learning thing, but I can see why they say like motherfucking athletes that like go through injuries be fucking sad and depressed and shit, because the shit sucks. Like,
especially when like if your thing is like, look, you can still produce.
Yeah.
If your thing was to get on the court.
Yeah. I can't do nothing. Fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Now you have to really, hopefully, I have interest in other things that don't fucking rely on athletic ability. Because if not, then it's like, damn. Like,
you know what's crazy?
Cooped up in the crib and just, damn, bro. Like, and your rehab, like, especially initially, it's like, yeah, you have to do the rehab, but I can't even get the strength back until it heals. So for this period, we're just
can't do nothing. Yeah.
You know?
And what's crazy is like you said, like with the producing and stuff like that, it's like bro, like I don't even realize like how much I be on my feet until now that I can't be on my feet. Like, you know what I'm saying? In my head, it's like, yeah, I'll just sit on my computer and edit. But like, nah, like I be on my computer and then I got to go get something to eat. And it's like, fuck, like it takes me like 3 minutes to get down the fucking steps. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so fucking stupid.
And shout out to, Serge though, because fucking, if you didn't have somebody, I feel like with even maybe like a whole, well, you have an athletic background as well.
Yeah, but he was definitely like he definitely was.
Yeah,
he was definitely making sure.
Because if you could have just been a weightlifter, maybe they could have got injured and they would have kept pushing it, thinking like, nah, I just gotta, But like if you come up from a sports background, you might like he felt the need to send you a video like, yo, bro, if that's the case, it's torn, like. Yeah, you actually shouldn't be doing nothing. Type shit, and to have that perspective is also lit because you could have very well just been no boot today too. Yeah, no, that's a big fact. So like, but now I feel like I'm trying to play catch up. Like I went 2.5 weeks, like using still being on my feet, still walking around, and now it's like, okay, now I have to follow the protocol because like I'm already kind of 2 weeks behind. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have been off it for 2 weeks or 2 or 3 weeks, and like. I could be on my way back now. For 6 to 8 weeks, they're like, oh, it's like indefinitely.
100%. 6 to 8 more weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where it's at. But speaking of Achilles, let's use this to go into the motherfucking NBA playoffs that we're definitely gonna touch on today because
let's talk about healed Achilles,
right? Mr. Kevin Durant,
Bucks got snuck in,
bro. First of all,
it was an ugly.
They snuck in that dub, like.
Very ugly game.
Very ugly game. But no, shout out to both sides because one, Milwaukee needed to come out the way that they came out. It was looking very ugly for them.
Shout out Middleton for sure.
He had a big game. He had 33 or 35 or something like that. Yeah.
I was like, he came out in a big way. And Giannis did.
And he needed to because he's been shooting terribly.
100%.
He's been shooting terribly all series.
No, like horribly bad. Even with
horribly bad. Horribly bad.
But it raised up a little bit. But one thing too to pull away from this game is this is an anomaly. This is not going to happen again.
What's not going to happen again?
This game. Look at the score first of all.
87 to 80,
bro.
80. It was 86 to 83.
This is like some
good old
the
Nets scored 80 and a half.
This is like back in the day, ball. This is what motherfucking third quarters end at.
Yeah, big facts.
What I'm saying nowadays are like in the middle of the third quarter.
But I mean, the Nets shot terribly, bro. First of all,
I think it was like 13 from 61 from three.
Yeah,
yeah. Like that's
but listen, fucking Giannis and Chris Middleton had like 60 of these 80 points. Like Giannis, I think went for 30. Chris Middleton definitely went for 33 or 35, something like that.
Holiday, Brook Lopez, DiVincenzo.
Yeah, Giannis had 33. Chris Middleton had 36. One other person, Drew Holiday had 9.
I'm gonna let Lopez live a little bit because look at them rebounds and defensively.
Yeah,
man, look, 6 blocks, 11 rebounds.
Oh no, yeah.
Lopez.
Bro, you were hearing his name all night last night because of the blocks.
All good. Yeah, even though you could have, dropped in some more buckets, all good.
Yeah.
But Drew Holiday, fucking, even PJ Tucker. To a degree,
PJ Tucker was strapping though.
Exactly.
I like him getting scrappy against KD. I didn't like that because I wanted KD to go off.
Right. No, but this is the thing about even KD. KD had a very subpar game for his standard.
Yeah.
But when you seen the
these niggas still ended with what 30? He had 23 in the second half. Yeah. Oh my god.
Come on.
Oh my god. That's when KD was on the KD, and I was like, okay, like the Achilles. That's what I was thinking about. Like, okay, like the Achilles can be a thing of the past if you just do it right. You know what I'm saying?
And it was so funny too. Even yesterday, that was funny. My man, he had this treat. Fucking, I remember when Giannis finally hit his first 3 of the game. They're like,
after going like 0 for 6 or something,
and then niggas is like. Yo, like niggas was all geeked that he hit the 3, and I was like, that's cool, he hit the 3 and all,
like
but
1 for
why
7.
The fuck are you even shoot? If you're 0 for 6, why the fuck are you?
Why are you taking more? Why are you taking more? Take your ass to the blocks. Like, what are you doing?
Hey, yo, and I was like, I think to that point, I was like, yo, I think
you went 1 for 8 from 3.
I think Giannis be thinking too much about the outside voices, like the Stephen A's or the one and everything.
He can't shoot. Don't shoot. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and what I want to do is shoot threes. Play the game.
There was one possession in that game where he literally was dribbling the ball and was like sizing up the defender, drove to the free throw, and then was like backed it
brought
up,
it back.
then,
yeah, I saw him do that a couple times.
I was literally like, and then charged at him like a bull, and then tried to do something. And Blake Lopez was like, no, Blake Griffin was like,
oh no, yeah, he did. Yeah,
and
jump ball. Like, yeah, I remember that.
Yo, Giannis, that is
Giannis is a force though.
So no, he's
to that point when he did come back and then drive, like this nigga gets to the cup so easy.
He's the most dominant player in the game, but this nigga has no bag, like skill bag. It's just I'm going to just dominate off my sheer boom.
You don't think he got like that kind of skill for that?
Skill when I'm in a bag, it's like, bro, my go-to. There's no like KD.
Yeah,
bro, I will
KD
go to the
Giannis,
elbow. No. And he.
No, I'm not saying that.
Exactly. There's levels, like.
But I'm saying, like, as far as like force, like, okay, so like Embiid, does Embiid have that outside game?
Joe Embiid has several bags, like, because he's like Hakeem Olajuwon, like, so he's like, yo, dog, put in the paint and watch. It's like, look at the footwork. I
feel like Giannis is working towards that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he's trying it out in games, he's trying to get there. Like, if it's
this, he's not at the level of not like Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
Jimmy Butler is a very good player. He does not have a bag. Like, he does not have moves that he will get his bucket. So it's not to that level. Sure. So he has some shit. I'm not trying to like say he.
I hear what you're saying
at all. He has some shit.
Yeah.
But one thing that you be with Giannis, and Kendrick said some shit. And I was like, you know what's so funny? I was like, at this point, I don't know.
Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah. He's like, he is who he is at this point. That's a great nigga. You are a 2-time MVP.
Yeah.
That is a great player, a Hall of Fame player. Like its trajectory.
Yeah.
But like in terms of the perimeter game and shit like that. I'm not even gonna. No, I think Giannis. He should.
No, I'm saying like as far as like what's gonna get him there.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. And now I'm thinking about cast. The team ain't enough. Drew Holiday being that.
We thought they were coming into these playoffs.
I really did. And Drew Holiday, he's a good player, bro. But he's not no. That's not no.
He's
big
a good
three
role
shit.
player.
Yeah, but it's not big three. He's not the big.
No.
Exactly, but that is
they thought. Oh, they thought that was the big three.
If you look at it, it's him, Middleton, and Giannis, and it's like,
you can't get 9 points from you. 9 points and 5 assists.
Yeah. You gotta
need more production from that.
More from that
but
14.
I mean, okay, let's look at what Kyrie did because I don't remember
Kyrie
so much.
Yeah,
22.
He was chilling too.
He was chilling. He wasn't really. Nothing was dropping for him really. 9 for 22. Yeah, nothing was really dropping for him. It was ugly shooting wise.
Their bench was horrible too.
It was ugly shooting wise for them.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the next game.
But look, Harden. When Harden comes, you see,
yeah, it's gonna get ugly when Harden gets there.
3-point difference, it's over. Like
big facts.
It's over. So
big facts.
Bucks need to hit
it was kind of ugly that the Nets even got it to that point because what was it? What was the first quarter score, dog? It was ugly in the first quarter, bro. 30-11, the first quarter ended, and then by halftime, it was like a 4-point, 5-point, 6-point game. You know what I'm saying?
The vibe of the game, like 30-point first quarter, and you ended with 86.
Yeah,
Jesus,
big facts. Okay, so the Clippers and the Jazz. Oh, and a point that we made earlier, I think before we were even shooting, is the young guys in these playoffs. Like we said this a couple of weeks ago, but like we're literally in the new era of the NBA as far as like stars. Who's the stars? Who are the teams and the guys to watch moving forward?
And to that point, NBA does a great job of branding, man. They do a great job.
Why you say that? What they do?
Like just the way that they just really get everybody hyped for the sport, the sport, the global outreach, and all that shit. Now, when you even look at the league, like you got players like Luka. Like Luka is one of the best players in the league. They're just coming from all over the place.
It's hard to even fathom that Luka is 22 years old, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. I can't even. That don't even sound right, bro. This guy is fucking poised.
But yeah, let's.
But yeah.
Home.
But
we'll talk about
he's home. Big facts. Another fucking beast. A fucking beast as far as young guys. Donovan Mitchell, man. Donovan Mitchell. And I told you earlier, bro, I kind of sound crazy saying this, but I'm going to say it. I was not like, I look at the numbers, but I don't, over the last like year or two, I haven't really been watching games like I used to. And now I'm like over the last like couple months, I've been watching games and I'm like, oh no, this guy Donovan Mitchell is different, bro. Like he's different. He's fearless. And I hear that a lot on like First Take and all this, like he's fearless. Yeah. A lot of them are, but like, no, like this nigga really is, bro.
He can split the D. He can go.
He can shoot from anywhere on the court.
The 3-ball. It's like he's strong. Like he could get his own shot. Got the handle. And like to your point, all of that. And then having like that fearlessness dog in you where it's like, cuz I'm going to lead the way.
I'm going to lead the way. We're going to win this game.
You shooting more than 50%. You shooting over
15 for 29, 6 for 12 from 3. Love that.
Bro. And he wasn't even getting free throws. That's straight buckets.
Yeah, he shot 2 free throws.
Buckets.
Bro, that's actually, you're right.
Buckets.
You're right. Jordan Clarkson, 24 off the bench. I love that.
And he's just eating.
Fuck with Jordan Clarkson.
6 man of the year.
I fuck with Jordan Clarkson right now.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and Ingles too, man. Ingles is like, bro, they're so.
Tell me about Ingles. I'm not hip to him.
Ingles is
19 last night.
He's just the
filling in for
Australian guy. No, it's not even a fill-in. Ingles is a dude.
This is what he does.
Yeah, Ingles is really sometimes like Bogdanovich would be like coming off the bench. And
okay.
Conley would be in there, but Ingles is a real scrapper. He be strapping, and he's he got a high IQ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a good playmaker, and he'll hit a 3 ball.
Okay.
Hit them 3 balls, and he'll play make shit, and he plays some D. And people like, and he's real scrappy. Like one of them, like he'll get in your shit too. You know what I'm saying? So the way that they're composed, their makeup, it's not other than Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
That is the flashy one.
Yeah.
You see all the flash that you see. Literally like how Dwayne Wade's the flash, like he's literally like the second coming of D-Wade. Like D-Wade be at courtside at these games. This nigga be talking to like Wade.
Telling him.
Bro, it's
like
really,
this was
like he's
coaching
really
him.
the Wade with the 3 ball. That's what's crazy. Wade never had a 3
No, he
ball.
didn't.
And Wade is like, bro, when you really think about it, there's MJ, there's Kobe.
One of the best scorers.
Wade is not. I mean, Wade
is one of the greatest of all time.
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard. Oh, okay.
Best. Like he kind of cemented this shit right in that 06 finals, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
because he won one before LeBron and them got there, right? With
third
Shaq.
year in the league.
Yeah.
Going crazy. Down 0-2 in the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Won 4 straight. That was him.
Oh my God.
Like, so like
you forget about things like this.
Yeah, man. And when you looking at Mitchell, you're just like, yo, boy, this boy crazy. Like again, no free throws. That's straight buckets. Now these Clippers, bro.
That's what I was gonna say, because the thing is, again, Donovan Mitchell, Jordan Clarkson, these boys are doing this against, Kawhi. I want to say Paul George, but Paul George is Paul George. Like,
see, that's so crazy that you even said that. Like, it's so crazy. I never thought we'd be referring to Paul George as like, is Paul George.
But no. Like that's the thing. Like he's a superstar, right. But he's not gonna be the reason
he's not,
No. Okay, maybe not say it, but like he was a superstar. He has superstar quality. He has superstar talent. He has superstar potential. And he's played ball with those guys, right? I'm just saying that like when you got 2 of them on a team, you think that they should be able to handle, a young team like the Jazz better than they've been handling and even better than they handled the Mavericks. It took everything.
Shot in his eye.
Big facts. You love to bring that up. You love to bring that. No, I understand. But I'm just more saying that like I hear that. But like how the Clippers, like it took everything out of the Clippers to even get through the Mavericks. You know what I'm saying? The Mavericks who are a young team and had only Luka, you know what I'm saying? As far as like production wise. So now now that we're here with the Jazz, you know what I'm saying? It's not looking much better.
It's interesting. We touted the Clippers as being like defensively you know what I'm saying? But it's like throughout the whole playoffs, they can't
hold him. This nigga Donovan Mitchell had what? He had what? 40 the first game, 45 the first game. Now 37. Now 37. Winning efforts. Because look at Paul George had 27 last night,
and it's so crazy.
Oh my God, look at this.
-12.
Listen to this.
It wasn't even that impactful as you would think.
To me, it's crazy because their big 3 did their thing, and they still came up with an L. Paul George had 27. Reggie Jackson had 29. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi had what, 21?
But that I've been looking into, and this I'm more so of a eye test type of dude, but I've been learning a little bit more about the analytics, and that analytics, that plus or minus right next to the score basically shows your impact on the game. So like a Paul George had 27, but his impact, like he had a -12. So like that means defensively.
So he gave up points. Okay.
Shit like that. Like collectively combined, that was your impact on the game. So like when you look at Kawhi, Reggie Jackson, and Paul George, Kawhi, and Reggie Jackson, it wasn't efficient though. They got it up, but it wasn't efficient.
Yeah.
And then look at the game, like look at the result at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because usually that stat line should have got you a dub. Y'all should have held them niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Not big facts.
Yeah, but
who do we got tonight?
Man, I think they're about to be out of here, bro. And then the Clippers are
in what 4 or 5?
Maybe 5.
Maybe 5.
5. Yeah.
Gentlemen, sweet.
5 or 6. 5 or 6.
So tonight we touched on Embiid. Tonight we got Philly and Atlanta, and Phoenix and Denver.
Ice Trey.
Yeah. Shout out to the young boys. Trey is another fucking problem.
That boy cool.
He is a fucking problem. What's that? What is that series right now?
He's actually like a great point guard. That's the thing.
Yeah, because he can do it with the points, but also he don't gotta do it with the points.
Like it's kind of like, yo, if you're gonna press up on me, I'm gonna hit a move, drive it, and I'm gonna dime somebody, and everybody around me can shoot.
Everybody rather can shoot.
If you press up, I will pull it from 35.
Yeah,
bro. I don't care. I
don't care.
He's tough.
I fuck with
like 30 and 10.
I'm fucking with Trey Young right now. I'm not even gonna lie. Trey Young is looking really good. Embiid is going nuts though. Has he dropped anything less than 30?
Too, man.
This nigga Tobias Harris. He had like 20 points in the first half of the last game or something like that.
He's balling. Yo,
he's been going crazy. Ben Simmons is non-existent on the offensive side of the board. On the offensive side of the ball.
Non-existent.
I said non-existent. That's what I bet.
Oh, I thought consistent.
No, non-existent on the offensive side of the ball.
Yo, that's really it. Really be blunt. Like I'm over the shots, but like even the game in this series having 4 points. Like what? Yeah. No,
bro, you're the starting point guard.
I know defensively you're a dog.
Yeah.
Playmaking.
We all know. We all know,
bro. We need more. It's playoffs.
Basketball is about putting the ball in the hoop.
Need more from you. That's all. Like your expectations of you are high.
But the guy
follow up. You're not required to be the best. Embiid is the best player.
That's what I was about to say. But Joel Embiid though,
he's doing his fucking thing,
bro. Like we're talking game 1. I think he had 37, something like that, and he wasn't even supposed to play. He wasn't even supposed to play.
Followed up with I think
another 30. I don't think he's dropped less than 30.
Yeah,
definitely not this series. If I'm looking back at the Wizards series, like the Wizards series, he had almost.
I think he had some. I think he didn't play. I think he had some 20, but he's averaging 30.
Yeah, for sure.
In the playoffs,
he's going nuts.
And he's showing everybody like, you know what I'm saying, when healthy, he is like a historical center, bro. His skill set is crazy. He's very nimble on his feet.
Oh my god,
he can pop out and hit that.
Yeah, he's fun to watch for sure.
He's chilled with trying to be so all perimeter. He know what's up. Like let me just get down in the lane. I'm gonna eat. There was one position,
but he will shoot though. Like
100%.
He was in these turnarounds last night or 2 nights ago that I was like, okay, Joel.
And like last year and 2 years prior, he was doing it more than like he should have. And it was like, bro, start your flow off. Down low. Eat there, warm up, pop out. You don't need to just be popping out and doing that shit. That's what I feel like he's really coming into his own now, and it's really great to see that, bro. Like, you can't stop him.
I feel that. Let's get to Denver and Phoenix. Denver and Phoenix, is this the most what's the most intriguing matchup to you right now?
Before you even shift to that series, though. Okay, Hawks or Sixers. Who you got in this series?
Oh, Hawks or Sixers in this series.
Who you have winning?
I
think I might.
I'm gonna take Sixers. Hawks. I think you taking Hawks.
Well, yeah, they're. Is it 1-1 or 2-1? Can we just check that? Is it a 1-1? Okay, 1-1. Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna go with the Hawks. I'm gonna go with the Hawks.
I like Philly. The reason I like Philly is because
they should win. Yeah. But the vibe that Atlanta giving me.
Don't get me wrong. Oh no, you're absolutely. You know what? That's so funny, bro. That's so funny because
Ben Simmons not gonna if Ben Simmons was doing what the fuck I know he's capable of doing, then I kind of wouldn't say that. But if we're gonna leave it to Tobias and Embiid and hopefully Shake Milton,
do what he did last time.
But and I believe he got that 3 ball, but he's just inconsistent. I'm like I don't know.
It's funny that you say that because even as I just said Sixers here, I actually put money on the Hawks to win on game 1, and they did win game 1. You know what I'm saying? That, and then I put money on them to win game 2, and they almost won game 2. You know what I'm saying? So I remember thinking, no, I think the Hawks might take this joint. Now it wasn't a bad play at all, but fucking I do remember thinking, oh no, like I think the Hawks might take this joint. So I feel that for sure. Like the Hawks look good, bro. Like the Hawks look good, and Nate McMillan as a coach. Don't get me wrong, Doc Rivers is Hall of Famer as a coach, but I like how I like what Nate McMillan has been doing, even with how they handled the Knicks, bro. And I know the Knicks aren't the Sixers, but still, like to come out and take one in Philly first game was huge.
Yeah, 100%.
Huge. And then they looked like they couldn't. They went down. They went down humongous in the beginning of the Philly game.
That's what I'm saying. So
and then they came back.
I was like,
yeah, I was like, oh no, this team is actually kind of tough. So I'm not to like rescind my pick, but I did initially think that the Hawks could win this series. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Philly's more than capable of winning too.
Yeah, big facts. So now we go to Denver and shout out to Jokić, the MVP.
Yeah, man.
Well deserved.
So this is an interesting series, bro, because it's like the Suns is like, man. I didn't know that these niggas are this nice. Like the way that they've just gotten better throughout the season. The playoffs, they're playing their best.
They're playing their best basketball.
So it's like, wow, the way that's coming together. I mean, CP3 really put the glue. DeAndre Ayton, like, whoa, this dude's efficient.
Yeah, he's tough.
His efficiency is crazy. He's shooting like 78% in the playoffs and averaging like 20 and 10.
Yeah,
1 and 10. This is crazy. And then, Devin Booker,
Devin Booker is
really
Devin Booker, man.
So I know, just how you had kind of said, I know he's like falls into those group of players where you're like, whoa, you didn't necessarily know that he was
this.
One of them ones.
He was
Devin
this.
Booker
yeah.
is one of them ones.
Yeah.
He's been one of them ones.
Because they be talking about, he's baby Kobe. And I'm like, please, like, what are you talking about? Right. What are you talking about? Like, what has he won? Like, what has he done? Like, but no. When you watch the game,
yeah. Like, damn, bro, you definitely watched that. And like, I think it was definitely your favorite player, like shit. But he's a dog. The thing about it, too, is, I mean, his 3 ball's better than Kobe, too. That's top, So it's scary to see how it's coming together. To the Nuggets, man, Jokić, like, I love Jokić. Jokić is one of my favorite players. I was saying, bro, I'm trying to tell you, like, since 2017, I was telling him Jokić.
I've always heard you talk about Jokić,
best
bro.
Passing big man in the league, bar none. And
you kind of like, I mean, best skilled big man. You know what I'm saying? Like his whole skill set is crazy. He brings the ball up the court, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like the thing that, because like I would say, Embiid is really up there, right?
No, yeah. But once he's in the half court, he can.
He's the best point guard on his team.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing. He's
a great point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying? So, the way that everybody plays better around him is tough, but not necessarily in this series. That's not happening in this series. You know what I'm saying? Michael Porter, Jr. his ceiling, you know what I'm saying? Sky's the limit for him, but the back, the reason why he was even went as far down in the draft was because he had back issues, and now that's
and it's kind of like coming back, right?
But you know what the fuck he's capable of, and he's more than capable of being that 2 option. The way that and this is the reason, the biggest reason why, the 2 biggest reasons why Jokić won MVP was, one, they didn't miss a beat when fucking Murray got a torn ACL.
Yeah.
He just kept on going exactly how they were just winning throughout the season. And the fact that he didn't miss a game.
Jokić didn't miss one game.
Miss a game. And being as proficient as he is, and you know what I'm saying, as being an integral a part of that team as he is, it's like he deserved it. You know what I'm saying? It was well deserved. But the thing is, his team is not showing up for him. And they got Will Barton coming back,
Bro, time out. His season stats were 26 points, 10.8 rebounds, 8.3 assists. This man 11, almost averaged a triple-double. 11.
11 and 8.
Almost averaged a triple-double as a center.
First, like, my efficiency as a player is number 1.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Field goal over 50%.
Yeah, let's see what he's doing in the playoffs.
50. Look at the postseason. I'm going
averaging 30. He's averaging 30 and what?
Less turnovers.
30 and 11.
Less turnovers too.
Yeah.
These niggas is not stepping up, bro. These niggas are not stepping up how they were the previous series. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I guess that Blake.
What is this series at right now?
2-0.
It's 2-0. Oh yeah, Phoenix, because Phoenix is tough.
They're going back Denver.
Yeah,
they're going into the high altitude. You know what I'm saying? And Denver's crowd, no joke either.
Yeah,
that Phoenix crowd, like, that's the home court advantage in this series is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit really gives them niggas the extra juice. I feel, So I think this can easily get tied 2-2. I think this can easily go 7 games though.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I think to me,
the start of the playoffs, I was to hear that these two would be matched up. I'll probably take Nuggets in 6.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But now I'm like, nah, this is gonna go to I think this is going to the fucking wire.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take 7-game series, And bro,
a lot of these series are interesting to watch. What's the most interesting series to you right now?
I want to take the Nuggets. I'm gonna take the Nuggets. So
to win the series.
I'm gonna take the Nuggets.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take the Nuggets.
I think I'm gonna take the Suns though.
Yeah, I feel it.
Just because the Suns just look too good, man. And Jokić,
you're right.
Jokić is one man, a great man, albeit, but like he's one man. I like Devin Booker. I like CP3 is looking crazy too. Like as far as like what CP3 is CP3, you know what I'm saying? I feel the glue he elevates. Yeah, exactly. He elevates everybody around. You know what I'm saying? Like DeAndre Ayton, like just like you said, like I feel like all of their games are being elevated. No, I'm not gonna put it all on CP3, but it's like I don't know. I like there's a I guess like what's the word I'm looking for? There's like a relaxation that you can have knowing that you got CP3 out there kind of running things. You know what I'm saying? Or like
at the end of the day, like this Denver Nuggets team, even though they don't got Murray, they're resilient. This is the same team that was down 3-1 against the Clippers. I know nobody would have thought that they would have bounced them niggas.
Talking about last year?
Yeah. So it's 2-0. I'm like, look, y'all going home.
They said they did that to Utah too last year. They were down 3-1.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You're right. They did that 2 times over. So I'm like, look, man. This is, that's just the same team for real. So,
no, they are resilient.
They're going home. Technically, if we just playing it how if you at home and you should win your home games, Suns won the games they should win. Yeah. So let's see what happens.
What happens when we get to Denver for sure. For sure. That's dope. So we'll see what happens with the rest of these playoffs.
That's all the series right there, right?
You said what?
That's all the series right there.
Yeah, those are all the series. We're going to take a little bit of a break, and then we're going to be back to talk about
Bitcoin and El Salvador, man.
Is making moves, as always, and we're going to talk about that.
For sure. What's goody, everybody? This is Bruke and you are now tuned into Early, the morning podcast, where we talk about a multitude of different topics, where you're bound to hear something that's of interest to you as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to It's Nation TV. If you're catching this on Facebook, go ahead and go ahead and comment, engage with us, and you can go ahead and follow me at Bruke and you can follow my Brody Mac at itsnation.com.
Y'all know I make a lot of podcasts, and every podcast needs a website. Literally, I've tried to put all of my podcasts on one website, It's Nation TV, but I've definitely gotten to a point where I've realized that in order for each podcast to grow individually on its own, each podcast needs its own website. And the easiest way to make a website for your podcast is on podpage.com. Like, literally, it's the easiest way to make a website for your podcast. Like, dog, I'll do it right now. Like, literally. All you got to do is go to podpage.com. You know what I'm saying? If you got your podcast on Apple Podcasts, you literally type the name of your podcast in. You know what I'm saying? You type in the email for your account and boom, it literally, dog, I don't know how it does it. It's magic. It literally pulls up a bunch of different website templates from your podcast. And that's not even the crazy part. What's crazy is all of this is free. They got different tiers. They got a pro tier. They got a basic tier. Then they got the free tier. You know what I'm saying? The pro tier is definitely the way to go if you're taking your podcast seriously. But like with all of the tools that podpage.com gives you, it's well worth the bread. Like well worth the bread that it is. Check the link in the description to get started with podpage.com. It's literally going to be the best thing you've done for your podcast.
Evaluation, the way to do this. This is not
all big facts. It's not all random.
That was sports.
Big facts. Okay, so Bitcoin is in the news once again this week. You know what I'm saying?
Big news.
Big news. El Salvador. Oh, shout out to Teresa on Instagram. Good morning. Shout out to We the Fifth in here. What's good, folks? It's real. The family has joined the chat. Shout out to y'all. Damn, Tim just missed all the NBA playoff talk, bro. You just missed all of the NBA playoff talk. Yeah. Yeah, and the sports betting. I know you into that shit. Okay, so yeah. So El Salvador.
Right here, bro.
El Salvador. Go ahead. Speak on this.
First country in the world making Bitcoin a legal tender.
What is their national currency? Do you know? I think I saw it was the dollar.
Well, yeah, it was the dollar, and I think that
they don't have their own like national currency.
They had made that happen. I think in 2004 or so that it changed to the dollar. But anyway, fucking that's now going to be accepted as legal tender. Very courageous move.
Yeah, let me just read this little blurb. So El Salvador becomes the first country in the world to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. Congress on Wednesday approved a proposal to embrace the cryptocurrency, and basically they're saying that it'll bring financial inclusion, investment, tourism, innovation, and economic development for our country. They don't have their own tender. Okay, so while saying the US dollar will also continue to be their legal tender as well. So El Salvador does not have its own currency.
Yeah, because they can't expect everybody to be like, yeah, nigga, you don't got Bitcoin.
Yeah.
There's water. Like,
and that's, bro, kind of to the point of, I know we always bring up startup and GenCoin and stuff like that, but her pitch was always, being able to give people who don't have access to bank accounts and stuff like that, basically if you have a cell phone, you have an account, you know what I'm saying? And you have a way to transact digital currency. And bro, it's just crazy how we're starting to see it. Like all of the naysayers that are out there. Did you pay attention to that fucking Bitcoin conference that happened like a week ago or 2 weeks ago? Yeah. I was not even aware that was happening until after it happened. You know what I'm saying?
People down there, I was the thing is, the way they assembled it was so fast. I had already booked the trip to Miami literally the week before.
Yeah, you were in Miami before that.
Booked. And then literally as it was coming a couple of days, I was like, Bitcoin Miami, they were literally forming like that. It wasn't set in stone.
Were you while you were out there, did you hear rumblings about it or anything?
No, it was basically like a week before I even head out there. This shit was getting assembled.
Oh, it was getting assembled.
What the hell? I was like, damn.
Yeah.
So and I was thinking about going down there, but I was like, I didn't necessarily feel like a miss shit, but I was like, I don't know, like that shit was cool, I guess, for the NFT side of things. Yeah, that's cool.
Shout out to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather was like the face of that conference. Right. I'm like, how did Floyd, just because he's the a money maker? Like, how did he become the face of the conference?
Because I think more so like conferences like that,
you just need a face. And Floyd is gonna get a bag if he.
Yeah, and
how much? I'll be there.
That's right. Exactly. And I'm like, let's not make that space that type of thing. Like, boom. So, that's let's literally educate people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there were good.
It's a conference, so you're gonna have all kinds of different things going on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. Exactly. But that shit was spreading exposure and shit. Yeah. But this move in itself, like, it's really courageous. You know what I'm saying? I'm really interested to see how it's gonna work because I'm like, even as a business operating within El Salvador, right? Like, if you're accepting Bitcoin as a legal tender, the fluctuation of it, how do you go about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you can accept payment in Bitcoin, are they gonna just tax if you want to pay in Bitcoin? Like, will they tax that transaction, or will it be equivalent to the dollar amount that you have to pay for? Because maybe they want to.
But that shit always changes, though. That's what I'm.
So, like, for instance, like if this this meal or whatever cost $10, like, would they? Oh, you want to pay it for Bitcoin? Like, that will cost the equivalent of $17 in Bitcoin, just because we're trying to account for what if this shit drops.
Well, I feel like it should charge less, because over time it's going to, like, we know that Bitcoin is going to be
businesses in a country like El Salvador that is really trying to.
They don't know that it's going to be
some. Bitcoin is the future. Bitcoin, so here's cheaper. Like, I don't know if they'll go about it like that, but that's what I always recommend for small businesses.
Because to me, I would accept Bitcoin. Like, to me, I would accept Bitcoin, but I would never spend my Bitcoin.
Right.
I would never do that. Me personally, because it's like, I don't know what it'll be worth 10 months from now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what it's worth right now, but like, I'm not giving that to you, because when it's worth 5 times what it is today, like, you have that, not me. You know what I'm saying? Like, 100%. So to me, I wouldn't spend my Bitcoin because of that reason. But in accepting it, I feel like I would, if you had $10, and you wanted to give me $5 worth of Bitcoin instead, I would take that.
You know what it is? At the end of the day, this is the thing. And what we'll see how they value it over time is if they feel that the Bitcoin, and I think we're in agreement, if they feel that that's value is more than $1, then I guess they will go about it like that. Because if it is better than the dollar, then you would just do everything you could to accumulate it.
Yeah, so you take a little bit less.
Make it harder for them.
Yeah,
you like disincentivizing you.
That's where I would go with it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I guess I'm just more so trying to think in the scope. It's just interesting because it's like you're trying to boom y'all economy as opposed to just one business.
Yeah,
like the whole thing is supposed to have growth. So it's interesting, but I also think too, we have to think is how that's going to open up international business then too. Like maybe people will want to interact with them now that they do that. Like we weren't trying to transact with you through the means of US dollars. Because I mean, that does help our Bitcoin is like, okay, like sure, like you're accepting Bitcoin, like maybe we could do business. Maybe El Salvador can now have some.
It opens up their opportunities.
Opens up a lot of opportunities. So who's to see the growth that could come from this? So that's going to be very interesting.
When did this news drop? Do you know or do you remember?
It
was earlier in the week.
Dropped, I think, like 3 days ago.
So I wanted to ask, like, did anything happen to the market when that happened, or not?
So
nothing substantial.
So it's never going to happen at the moment, but it did get it did boom. It did get that surge. It did happen. And that was due to that. But yeah, the market did correct upwards and is finding its stability.
Yeah.
What else was I going to say too? Yeah, this is definitely a good example too for a lot of other countries, but this is the thing, this is the test trial. That's why I say it's courageous, because it's like, look, it just, even though I think this is the right direction, it's like shit comes with the turtles and all of that. And
100%.
All countries that are even thinking about it are like, yo, let's just watch.
It's like now, once you've made the decision, now the journey starts. You know what I'm saying? Like now, what does this look like? And now, how does it play out? And motherfuckers are just going to be watching to see, like, okay, should we follow suit or should we hold off a little bit longer? But I mean, I think another thing that was interesting that made news for Bitcoin was everybody's been like, okay, Warren Buffett's not big on Bitcoin. What does Warren Buffett think? What does Warren Buffett think? And I mean, I respect the hell out of Warren Buffett. Like, how could you not? You know what I'm saying? He's literally a punchline for wealth. You know what I mean? But I'm also of the mindset that, like, just because one person does or doesn't feel something, it don't mean the inevitability of the thing is, you know what I'm saying, happening or not happening. But it's something that made the news is that he invested, or his Berkshire Hathaway invested like what, 500 million or something like that into a bank that transacts with Bitcoin and ETH, which people are speculating is his kind of way. But again, like, I mean, this is the speculation of the news. I don't hear this and be like, oh, now Warren Buffett is big on Bitcoin, because I don't think like he makes, he's a guy, but like he don't make all of the decisions that Berkshire Hathaway does. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
not at this point. This nigga's like what, 90 years old?
Like, yeah, exactly. I mean, no, it could have very well happened like that. The thing is, like, my perspective is, at least with a lot of these billionaires, and especially like a dude like Warren Buffett is responsible. He can literally make a market shift, like, you know what I'm saying, and
he got that Elon kind of it's more than him.
I think
more
it's
than that.
Like, and not even to shit on Elon, because the fact that Elon can even have
do that is something.
Is a very crazy thing. But I'm saying like Warren Buffett is very entrenched into markets, and even so much so, then you have to even think about media and these news corporations, these stations like that. It's like, well, people will always tell you one thing and do something else. Like, this is not a we all eat together, So like, how I really think it is, and even with these news, is like, you have to take it with a grain of salt that these people will be like, yo, Bitcoin's $5,000, it's crashing, it's nothing. Bitcoin $50,000, you need to buy. This is where it's like you have to peek. Why people are people are literally trying to make you lose in the market. There's whales in the market that literally are hitting stop losses all day. Like, oh, you think it won't get down there, huh? I'm going to bring it down all the way to 30,000. You just lost your holdings, or you sold at a loss, and we'll bring it right back up. Like, until we're so like, in me saying all that, I'm also saying I don't think Bitcoin is free of manipulation at all. At all. So of course these altcoins are even,
none of these altcoins, the altcoins, these stable coins, these fucking like we're even seeing the fact that we're seeing it happen in the stock market is what kind of shows you that nothing is above or below this manipulation from whales.
Exactly. And peep this, and it's funny too. It happens from like all parts, and then even like the government. Like, I don't know if people have been keeping up with the SEC and the Ripple court case.
I keep seeing these tweets and these things, but please like surmise this for me.
Just a little, there's an update, and I'll send you an article. I wish I had it prepared so we could put on the screen, but fucking basically what's just happened is they're finding that what the SEC tried to bring up to the Ripple, they're kind of like, you had no even right to even go about it like that. You didn't even give them the due diligence, like the due time to go ahead and prepare this shit for you to do that. So everything that you should be considered no, like everything that you just did. And that's like the latest update in the actual ruling. And I'm like, Ripple is going to get relisted on Coinbase. I think what people should also think is very interesting is that while Ripple is still delisted, you can now buy Doge. Like you got
we talked about that last week.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta just read it between the lines sometimes. Like, you know, like,
but I don't.
Ripple,
I remember
Ripple,
when Ripple first got taken off Coinbase, and I was telling you, I was like, I don't like that. Like that's not a good sign. And you were like, no, like literally, don't even pay attention to that. Like that's what you kept telling me.
Short term.
And then we saw during this last like bull run, Ripple surged. Ripple went up to like one something.
And if you look at Ripple with the interactions out in the world, niggas not worried about US.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at
I think
world,
China's
like,
big on Ripple or something. There's some kind of
China,
continent or country that's huge on Ripple.
Facts. And it's like Europe, fucking Russia. It's like, bro, even if you look at it, even where we're placed within the world now, it's like we're no longer like the economic power of the world that bees and set the standard. Like niggas is on their own shit. Like they're like, look, if y'all want to be slow and slow up y'all shit, that's cool. Like a lot of innovation will leave the border and go to other places just because the regulation won't allow people to do what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, it's interesting fucking time, bro.
Yeah, interesting times for sure. It's gonna be interesting to see, you know, how this kind of all plays out, how Bitcoin being accepted as tender in El Salvador kind of changes things for other countries as far as like how they start to treat it. How, like you said, to the point you said,
might be next.
I was about to say to the point of how you said like how even now other countries and other businesses interact with El Salvador. You know what I'm saying? That might have just opened up something for them from their own selves, who historically doesn't have a very good economy. You know what I mean? So that's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm still just kind of waiting for the dog. This feels like, I don't want to say dark times in crypto land, but like very like cloudy, murky times. Like this feels very, bro, when I tell you, I feel right now how I felt. I tell the story all the time about how I had a bunch of Ethereum back when back in like maybe 2017, 2018, and then I sold a bunch to buy a car because like I needed to get a new car, but I was also like broke in the other places of my life, you know what I'm saying? And then I sold, but it was when ETH was like at, you know, maybe hundreds of dollars, you know what I'm saying? And then you know, fast forward to early 2020 or early 2021 when it's like worth thousands of dollars and stuff like that. And I remember the feeling back then being like, oh, I need some money, like let me just sell my crypto. Now it's like that same kind of feeling, but it's like, no, I'm not doing. You gotta bite the bullet, bro. This shit will be back around. Like this shit will be back around because you just see your portfolio go down and down and down and down, and you're not doing anything. You know, it's just the market is going down and down and down, and you get that feeling of like, I want to do something, and it's like, no, just be still, wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows where? Like, bro, when we look at. Dog, we just said in the beginning of this episode, we haven't even been doing this show for 1 year. We are documented on this show saying how Bitcoin's at $16,000, Ethereum's at $800. You know what I'm saying? Like we sound like we're so excited at like all these like baby prices, and bro, fast forward 6 months, 10x on everything. You know what I'm saying?
In the midst of the bull market.
Correct. Yeah, so like it's just a matter of like holding off as long as you can. You know what I'm saying? This shit will be back around, and you know what I'm saying, I don't know, like you might just find your whole situation has changed. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's like, just to kind of circle back on the point of like how I feel right now, it's like, okay, don't even look at that. Like, let that sit, let your portfolio sit, figure out other ways to make money if you need money. Don't like resort to trying to sell off assets and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Go about it the same way, man.
Yeah.
Go about it the same way.
Yeah. Like I have those scars of the last time to literally remind me, don't do the same shit you did last time and then be in the same position you were in last time when you're kicking yourself for not being smarter.
Once you're invested,
enjoy the ride.
That's it.
Enjoy the ride.
You only get scars when.
That's a big fact. It's when you sell, when you're like, oh, now you're out of the game. Whether it goes up or down, maybe you sold when it was up, and then you got your gains and you got your profit. That's fine, but now you're out of the game. If you sold everything, you're out of the game. So like, if that shit continues to surge, you don't get none of that. If that shit goes down, cool, you saved yourself from the, you know what I'm saying? But like, you're just out of the game. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's to me. Again, this is for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say this for like other people to consider. This is more me putting it on wax for me to listen back to and remind myself of, you know what I'm saying? Whereas like, you know, it's worth it to stay in the game, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of figure out how to do things in real life, do other things, you know what I'm saying? So that's that. Let's see. I definitely wanted to make a little bit of mention of that Yeti project that we were on.
Shout out to Super
Yeti. I think those will drop by next week, so maybe Yeti we can talk more of them. 15. I think it's 15. So by next week we can definitely get more into them. For sure. We can definitely say that for next week since it'll be dropped by then. But yeah, I mean, if people want to know what we're talking about, they can go to your Instagram because you posted about it.
Yes, sir.
So you can go to Bruke Facil's Instagram if you want to know what we're talking about with the Yetis. But we'll talk about that shit next week. Anything you got going on this weekend that's interesting, bro?
Nah, man, same old shit.
Oh, shout out to Rel, Yeti gang. You got yourself a Yeti, bro. Shout out to Rel. Okay. Let me see what Teresa said. She said all of crypto is struggling right now, so I'm hoping for that bounce back. Yeah, that bounce back is coming. Don't even worry about that. Right now, the fact that it's struggling right now is the time to buy. I felt like I emptied my accounts buying cryptos when it was down. Yeah. Now I'm like, okay, like, and now I just have to stay off because I want to buy more. Like I always want. Every time I go and I see the number is lower than the last time I saw it, it's like, fuck, I want to buy.
It just makes me go harder. I'm like, don't
worry. Now I just have to ignore because like I'm gonna literally have $0 to my name if I keep buying cryptos. You know what I'm saying? But So all those things are dope. Shout out to everybody that's paying attention to what we're talking about. Let me see what he said. Yeah,
me
bro.
Too.
I'm thinking about. I said they limited it at what? They limited it at what? 10:30. Yeah, so I'm like, bro. I'm thinking about. But they're not they're not like little $10 joints though. You know what I'm saying? Like 0.1 ETH is a lot. It could turn out to be a lot of. It turn out to be a lot of money. But I feel them. I might have to get at least another. I'm gonna have to get at least one more. I'm gonna have to get at least one or two more just so I can do something with them because I want to keep mine. Yeah, I want to keep mine, so I'm gonna have to get a couple more just to like be able to move or do something with if I choose to do that. But yeah, man, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Check us out in all the places that we are. Itsnation.com for me, at Bruke Facil for Bruke, and you got a website you want to plug, bro?
BrukeFacil.co.
BrukeFacil.co.
Go check it out.
And we will see y'all same time next week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Real early.
You know what I'm saying? Real early.
Early.